Good afternoon, everybody, and happy Monday. Why can I hear myself echoing? Henny, help. Is it the other second camera? Oh dear. Let me turn this down quickly. Sorry, guys. Technology, hey? There we go. Nope, that's the wrong way. Okay. Hopefully that sorted it out. No, why can I still hear myself? But swipe in, let me know if you're here, and hopefully you had a good weekend. What did you get up to? I am going to do soups today, and it is a beautiful sunny day in Cape Town, Murphy's Law, but winter is coming, so what a good opportunity to learn about a couple of different soup options so that we've got things to take with us into winter. And it's Meal Prep Monday.
So prepare a whole bunch of them in bulk and then pop them in the freezer, and you've always got some really good nutritious meals to grab and go when you need them. And
I find soup might be super carby or not enough protein, so these soup recipes are going to tick all your boxes and give you everything that you need. So I'm going to try and do 3 in this short half an hour, so let's get cracking so that we can see if we can get through all of them. But hello Tanya, Renee, hello Sarah, thanks guys for joining in. I've got 3 different pots with some onion frying away because I think we should always start a soup with a good onion and garlic base. So that's fine. And the first one that we're going to do is a broccoli minestrone. So a great way to get any extra veg that's in your fridge out of the way. I'm going to quickly see if I can mute this mic. Please give me 1 second. Okay. Oh. Okay. So onions and garlic frying. Then what's going to go in there is some bacon, which I've also actually already fried off, but you can do this as you go and as you are making your soup. So bacon's going to go in the pot with some onion and garlic. And then I've got some leeks that I've sliced in half and then sliced into 1 centimeter pieces. So pop those in, get the bacon in. Okay. And then you just want that to sweat away for a little while. The bacon's going to add a smokiness, extra protein, so choose a lean bacon if you can so that you can add fat from somewhere else, which in this recipe is coming from some basil pesto. While that's sweating off, because it's a broccoli minestrone, what you can do is cut the stalky part of the you usually throw away and then just grate it so that it's cooks quicker and easier to eat. And then the rest of the broccoli break into little florets so that they also cook nice and quick. Into the pot with the bacon is some rosemary. So just pluck off those leaves and get them in. Okay. And then I've got a mixture of cannellini beans and red kidney beans. So this is our protein coming into the soup. And then some pasta. I thought this one looked quite fun, but you can use anything that you've got at home, even spaghetti, penne, whatever you've got in the pantry. Some pasta is going to go in there as our starch. Okay. Hello, Catherine, Karen, Leslie. Yeah, soups are amazing and they're so versatile. There are so many options. I really struggled to pick just 3 to do today, but maybe we can have a soup series and every week do a couple of different soups so that you've got a whole repertoire of them under your belt. Who else have we got here? Daleen loves soup. Okay, so that's soup number 1. The second soup is a Mexican tomato soup with some nachos, because who doesn't love nachos? And now this is just a healthier way to still incorporate them. So another pot with some onion and garlic on the go. And then this one involves a little bit more prep that we can still do. So I've got some spring onions that I've rinsed. And we are just going to chop those up. And those are also going to go into the pot with the onions to make a nice flavory base. Keep some of them for garnish on the side. So just roughly chop those. Put some here for garnish a little bit later. What are your favorite go-to soups that you usually cook? Where did I see a question about beans? Oh, so the beans are just tinned beans. If you have some time, you could cook your own from dried beans, but just use some tinned beans, drain off the extra liquid, and you're good to go. Okay, so with the spring onions for soup number 2, I'm also going to just pop in the stalks of some coriander. Save the leaves for your garnish, but the stalks will go in there just for some extra flavor. Okay, so 2 pots of things frying away there. Here we got Hello Nancy, butternut and pumpkin and sweet potato. Yum. Oh no, anything with tomatoes out. Allergic to tomatoes. Well, this second soup does have tomatoes, but it's also got roasted red peppers. So I roasted these just to concentrate the flavors, but you could leave the tomatoes completely and just do a whole lot of red pepper. That could be an option for you. Okay, so in with the spring onions and coriander for soup number 2, I'm going to put these roasted red peppers and the tinned tomatoes so that that can all mingle together for a little while.
So we're going to be hopping between all these soups. Hope you guys can keep track of where I'm at. But soup number 1 was the broccoli minestrone. And so that one had some onions and garlic that I'd already fried off, and then some bacon. Then I plucked in some rosemary leaves, and then some leeks have gone into there. So while that's sweating off, then I got started on soup number 2, which had the roasted red pepper and the tinned tomatoes, and then the spring onions and coriander stalks. Soup number 3 is a green spinach, again some leeks, because then you can buy a big bulk shop of leeks and use it in a couple of different ways. So leeks, spinach, and then cannellini beans. If you want to make it more carbohydrate content, then add some potatoes, but I switched the potatoes for the cannellini beans so that we can get some protein. Okay, so Regan says Woolies is her go-to, but absolutely make your own, because then you know what goes in there. You can add your favorite veggies, add what's seasonal, add what's in your fridge. And this minestrone as well. This is super simple just with broccoli, but if you've got peppers and carrots and baby marrows, add all of that into your minestrone. It's really a good way to load up on veg. So soup number 3 is going to be quite quick, so I think I'm going to leave that for a little while, and then I'm just going to go and check on our pots of soup here.
Sweating away nicely. Because my bacon's already crispy, I don't have to cook all of that for too long. It's just to wilt the leeks a little bit. But I'm going to put in the broccoli stalks, because those will take a couple of minutes to soften. Those are in there. What I've also done is preheated my oven for the nachos. So you can get any corn chip that you like. And that's going to go with the Mexican tomato soup. Okay, so for this minestrone, I've already boiled the kettle and made some vegetable stock. Again, if you've got lots of time, make your own veggie stock. Whenever you like these, we would normally discard these little ends, but keep all of this and really maximize on not reducing waste, and you can use the ends of carrots, the ends of baby marrows, the ends of spring onions to make your own veggie stock. Or if you want to make a chicken stock, boil a chicken carcass for lots of flavor. But I just used stock pot to make some veggie stock that's also going to go into the soup. So the broccoli and the beans, I'm going to actually save the beans for the last minute because they don't need to be cooked. So the broccoli and the pasta is going to go into the pot with some veggie stock, and that's going to cook. And then we just pop the beans into warm through, and then our minestrone soup is pretty much done. Okay. So broccoli in, pasta in, and some stock. Let's check these comments. Yeah, soup is definitely a winter favorite on those cold, rainy days. Amy says Woolies is quick and easy. But if you just spend one day making a whole bunch of soup, then you pop them in a Ziploc bag or in some little plastic tubs into the freezer, and then you're good to go. If you take it out at breakfast time, it's ready by the time it's lunch or at dinner. Regan on the onion and garlic. So yeah, you just really need to sweat them to take that really tangy edge off, because the minestrone is going to be a chunky soup, but the others I'm going to blend, so it doesn't really matter. But the longer you cook them, the sweeter they're going to be, and that might be quite nice, especially with the tomato soup, to have a little bit of sweetness there. Hello, Pat. Nice to have everybody here. Oh, baby marrow soup. Yes. What have I missed here? Yeah, I think a soup series would be a good idea, because there are some. I wanted to do a cauliflower soup, a carrot soup, so lots and lots of options. Nancy freezes her soup. Yep, very good idea to have something to just grab and defrost when you need it. Okay, so then for the soup number 2, Mexican tomato soup, I've got the tin tomatoes and roasted red peppers just warming up over there. But then in the meantime, you can just chop some baby tomatoes. This is to sprinkle over the top. So basically think of it as deconstructed nachos, because all of this you would have on your nachos, but now we're going to have it as toppings for our soup. Some avo, then we've got the spring onions, extra spring onions, some coriander, which I'll just roughly chop to sprinkle over. Let's add that to that one. And then some lentils are going to go in there as well for the protein, plant protein. And we've got some lime that we'll squeeze in. And then the other cool thing, so here we have just some yogurt. And we're going to make a tangy yogurt drizzle to add to the soup. So this is some pickled jalapenos going in there, and some mint leaves. So just pick off a couple of leaves. Oh, Danelle's doing the Fiercely Feminine challenge. Has anybody else started a challenge today? Let me know how the first day is going. Oh, a chicken broth. That sounds delicious. If you start your soup with a good base and a good stock, it makes such a difference, because then you can keep it simple, but there's so much extra flavor going on. Okay, this I'm going to blend just to make a herby drizzle for the soup. And then there's a nice green dressing that's going to go on that tomato soup. Let's go and have a squiz at what's happening here. It's cooking. And then obviously taste and season as you go. So to your own preference, add some salt and pepper as much as you want. Renee's done day 1 of Dom's Pilates. Amazing. Oh, and Pat on the 45-day Table Mountain Challenge. That's a big one, a little bit longer than 3 weeks. So pace yourself, but consistency is key. Karen's doing Coach Adrian's Nutrition Challenge, and hopefully these soups will help you have something in your back pocket to stick on your track of nutrition, good nutrition. Okay, I'm going to pop the nachos into the oven just for the cheese to grill. So I've used these. They were actually made from the scraps of making beer, which is quite cool. And some cheese and a bit of chili going into the oven. Salt. How good does this look? Amazing. Red tomato, pops of green. I'm going to blend this one. There's a question. Yes, so the recipes are all ready to go. So as soon as we finished here, I will post them onto the Facebook pages and they'll go onto the app. Let's blend this quick. It's so vibrant and orange, orangey red. Okay, this one. Oh my gosh, guys, I forgot the lentils. Okay, lentils quickly going in. They just need to be warmed through. So let's blend those quick. Okay, the lentils change the color a little bit, but still looks amazing and a great way to get some high fiber and plant protein in. If you wanted to, you could add some mince onto the top of your nachos or make some little meatballs. I think that would go really well with this soup. So we can actually dish up here while the nachos are cooking. So I'm going to put some soup in a bowl. And then just do some fancy, serve those on your board. Sprinkle some of those spring onions and coriander. And then our herby green dressing. Drizzle that over. Okay, let's check on the nachos. So I've used Parmesan, so it's not going to get as cheesy as if you used cheddar or something. But pop a few nachos on. Oh, these are right. And then you can serve your deconstructed Mexican nacho soup. This looks good. I'm going to have soup for breakfast, lunch, and supper for the next couple of days. Okay, so that one's done. Oh, and a lime wedge. Don't forget a lime wedge. This is multitasking to the next level. We have 10 minutes. We could maybe fit in soup number 3. Should we do it? Most of the stuff just needs to wilt, really. So let's get all this out the way. Minestrone's boiling. Okay, so soup number 3, again, just going to sweat some leeks, chopped leeks. Then we've got some peas, which I just used frozen peas. They've defrosted, so they pretty much will need 3 minutes to cook. Some spinach, baby spinach, which is already washed, so easy. You just want to wilt that just before it's completely wilted because you want it to still be nice and green. And then cannellini beans. So the peas and the cannellini beans are giving you protein, plant protein. And then that's pretty much done. Just blend that into a nice green soup. And then I've got a slice of sourdough that I'm going to top with a herby almond and parmesan topping just for something fancy. Okay, so let's get those guys sweeting off. Have a look at the comments quick. Danielle, can you leave the lentils as is? Yeah. So if you want a bit of a chunkier soup, leave them, don't blend them. But if you want a smoother soup, then you can blitz everything together. All depends on what you prefer. Cool. Yeah, and if you guys give these a try, then post your pictures, let me know how they turned out. I just bought some Ziploc bags. So what you can do is fill a Ziploc bag with a portion of soup, write on there what it is when you made it, just so you can keep track of things, and then freeze it lying nice and flat, because then you can stack a whole bunch of them on top of each other. And then I take it out of the bag when it's still frozen. So on the day that you want to eat it, take it out the bag and literally tear the bag off the block of soup, and then let it defrost in the pot or in the dish that you're going to heat it up in. Because I just find a lot of it gets stuck and left in the bag if you defrost it in this bag. Karen says, did I not add water? So I added veggie stock. I didn't add to the tomato soup, so it's quite a nice thick soup, but if you wanted to thin it down with a bit of stock, then you could do that. But otherwise, the other 2 soups do have some vegetable stock in them, and you add as much as you need depending on the consistency that you like. Well, I can't see who this is, but the soup does look pretty good, and I'm super excited for lunch. Okay, let me have a peek here. It's looking good. We basically are now just waiting for the pasta to cook in that minestrone. You can add a bit of salt. Okay. And then for soup number 3, spinach turns into nothing, so the recipe is pretty much this whole bag that's just going to wilt. And in with the peas. All of this can go in at the same time because it's going to take a matter of minutes. the lemon. Okay, I can dish this. So in here, I'll mix beans because they don't need to be cooked, and they'll just go a little bit mushy if we leave them too long. So now we'll have soup 3 times a day. Yeah, especially when there's so much that we can do with them. Ladle. Okay, so this is a nice chunky one. You can really load up on any veg that you've got in the fridge. And then some beans for protein. Bacon for some extra protein and flavor. And rosemary. Get some of the soupiness. Okay, and then this one, just a little drizzle of basil pesto over the top. And I cheated, I didn't make it myself, but sometimes it is easy to just buy it. And that will give you some fat. Olive oil and Parmesan cheese in there. And there's the broccoli minestrone. Who's coming for lunch? Okay, we have 3 minutes to finish our final soup. Let's check how it's doing. These are wilting. Almost there. Please come for lunch. I've got so much to eat now. Yeah, these were super quick. It helped that I'd pre-cooked my onion and garlic, but that's also about 5-10 minutes and along in your steps. So very, very quick and super nutritious, balanced meals. So a lot of the time, a bowl of soup is going to keep you full for about an hour and then you'll be hungry again, but these should keep you going until your next meal. If you want to keep the minestrone soup lower carb, you can leave out the pasta completely, but it's quite nice to have that during the day. And change it up. You could put alphabet pasta in for your kids or whatever you've got lying at home. I don't know what's my address. She's going to come have lunch with me. Amazing. Wouldn't it be cool if you could put food in the microwave and send it to somebody, and you can share all the meals that you've prepared with your loved ones that are far away? My dad and I always say that to each other. It's like, okay, go to the microwave. I'm sending it now. Okay, let's have a look quickly at this last one. I'm going to blend it. nice and green. Okay, let's put this in a littler bowl. So this is leek, pea, spinach, cannellini beans. And then I popped a slice of sourdough in the toaster. Which we're going to put this nutty parmesan mixture onto. It's homemade sourdough, I didn't cheat there. It's like my weekend rituals, bake a loaf of bread. And there you have it. Green soup, orange soup, chunky veggie soup. So many options. So I hope you learned something. That was 3 soups in record time in 30 minutes, finished on the dot. So practice them, do some of them, test them, let me know what you think, post your pictures. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And we will be back with some more soup options. So have a wonderful Monday, everybody. Good luck with all your challenges. Good luck if you're on the one-on-one. And we will see you online soon.